Recording has started. Thank you to all of you for joining this valuable webinar on Safe Scaled Agile Framework. This is your Lakshmi Agile Coach from Hands On Agile Coaching. I hope all of you are doing well. Festive greetings to all of to you and to all of you and your family members. It's 7 o'clock here in Australia, and good morning from my side. Good. So the main objective of today's webinar, we are coming up with back-to-back webinar. The main intention is to spread the knowledge as much as we can, bring the awareness to the people. Decision is up to you, but having that kind of knowledge, understanding is very, very important for all of you. Always remember, we are here to make the required difference. So if you are having the same basic knowledge like other people, it's very hard to succeed in this competitive world. So it's a continuous learning is the key. So in this regard, with that good high intentions, I am pulling out a lot of experts across the world and then requesting them to give the free webinars. So today's webinar is all about SAFE, Scaled Agile Framework, one of the widely asked skills in most of the organizations, especially large organizations. You just pick up any job on the LinkedIn, especially related to the Agile space. If you take up the Scrum Master job or a product owner job, or a business analyst, a program manager, or maybe product over manager as well. You take up any kind of job. So they say that, oh, the safe certification of safe knowledge is preferred. So meaning that they are preferring the safe certified, safe knowledge people than other people. The preference will be given to them. So in this regard, it is very much important for all of us to understand what is this safe all about, and what is the need for us to learn very much in detail. Most of you are my students, and I can see that some of you are new as new people. So what we learned in the classes earlier is more about Scrum, implementing Scrum for one team, two teams, three teams. That's fine. But when you join the large organizations, for example, Wells Fargo or Walmart or Bank of America, Bank of Scotia, any large firms, financial insurance firms, you are not going to see one or two teams. You are going to see 20 teams, 50 teams, 10 Scrum Masters, 10 product owners, and project managers. So the ecosystem is really going to be big. So it's very much important for all of us to understand how we need to scale up this knowledge from managing one or two teams to the organizational level. So we need to scale up. So that's what the SAFE is all about. This is a body, a SAFE, Scaled Agile Framework. So that's the only one body in the world. And we are going to, there are various frameworks, by the way. Like we have large scale Scrum and SAFE. So why we are having SAFE webinar is SAFE is being widely used by many of the organizations across the world. So without wasting much time, I'm going to play a short video just to set the context, and then I will hand over to our great trainer, Praveen. Stopping the video, sharing my screen, and I'm just playing a small video for 5 minutes just to set up the context.
SAFE provides the operating system for organizations to achieve business agility through the 7 core competencies of the lean enterprise: team and technical agility, agile product delivery, enterprise solution delivery, lean portfolio management, organizational agility, continuous learning culture, and lean agile leadership. It all starts with team and technical agility, and specifically with the Agile team. An Agile team is a group of 5 to 11 members which can define, build, test, and where applicable, deploy value in short time boxes called iterations. The team uses Agile methods like Scrum or Kanban, or a combination thereof. The team starts each iteration by planning what they can deliver in an iteration planning event. The product owner provides guidance on what needs to be built by representing the customer on the team. Every day, the team meets to discuss how they're progressing toward their iteration goals in a daily stand-up. At the end of each iteration, the team demonstrates the work they've completed in an iteration review. Before the next iteration, the team reflects on what to improve for the next iteration in an iteration retrospective. The Scrum Master is the coach of the team, helping it improve and facilitating the various events. In an enterprise, multiple teams need to work together as a team of agile teams to deliver value. In SAFe, these teams of agile teams are called an Agile Release Train, or ART, and include 50 to 125 people. ARTs are cross-functional, including all the people needed to explore customer needs and then build and deliver solutions to customers. The ART uses agile product delivery practices to deliver the right value at the right time. The ART works within a time box called a program increment, or PI, which is typically 5 iterations long. The ART follows similar events to teams. At the beginning of the PI, all teams come together to plan their work for the PI in a PI planning event. PI planning is facilitated by the release train engineer, who serves as the coach for the ART. Product management provides the vision and backlog. The system architect provides architectural guidance. The teams then plan the work for the PI, identifying what can be delivered. A program board is used to visualize the dependencies between the teams. Every iteration, the ART demos the integrated solution across all teams in a system demo. And at the end of the PI, all teams meet to retrospect on how to improve in an inspect and adapt event. Product managers use customer centricity and design thinking to understand customer problems and discover solutions that are desirable, viable, feasible, and sustainable. The ART builds a continuous delivery pipeline and uses DevOps practices to release on demand, delivering value when it is needed. Sometimes a single agile release train is not enough to deliver a solution, and the enterprise solution delivery competency is needed. A solution train is used to coordinate multiple ARTs and suppliers to deliver large, complex solutions. Solution management has content authority on what gets built. The solution architect oversees the architecture across ARTs, and a solution train engineer coaches and facilitates solution train events. In order to align strategy and execution, Lean Portfolio Management provides a way to create strategic themes and a portfolio vision to align solution development with enterprise strategy. Lean Portfolio Management helps enterprises organize around the delivery of value in value streams, as well as fund these value streams to avoid the problems that are typically associated with project cost accounting. Having strategy, however, is not enough. Organizational agility provides the tools that help portfolios achieve strategy agility and change direction quickly when needed, organizing and reorganizing around value. It builds the environment for flow of value across the entire enterprise and beyond solution development, and helps grow lean thinking people and agile teams. Continuous learning culture drives a culture of innovation and relentless improvement to help enterprises become learning organizations. Finally, a lean enterprise is built on lean agile leadership. To achieve and sustain business agility, leaders must embody, teach, and exhibit the mindsets, values, and principles that are the basis of lean and agile. Lead by example and guide everyone toward this new way of working using the implementation roadmap as a guide. Together, these 7 competencies build the lean enterprise and make true business agility possible.
So that's a safe, scaled, agile framework in summary. As most of you might have sensed, the subject is really vast, right? So it's very hard to summarize in 5 minutes, or even in this webinar, it won't be possible for us to completely get the entire knowledge of safe. But we are going to request Praveen, just with his vast experience, to summarize what exactly is the safe and what are the implementation challenges and some best practices. So I'm going to invite Praveen, and Praveen is having 17, I think 18 years of a real-time experience. He worked in a lot of major firms, which I don't want to name. And yeah, he has vast teaching, coaching experience and implementing SAFe as well. So Let's invite Praveen. Let me make Praveen as the host. Praveen is the host. Thank you very much, Praveen, for joining this morning. So I know it is 2:30 a.m. in India. It's not easy for someone with a vast experience to wake up early in the morning, like I know Sunday, middle of the night, and you want to share your knowledge with all of us. It means a lot to me and to all my students. Thanks a bunch from the bottom of my heart already. Over to you, Praveen.
Thanks, Lakshmi. Thanks for welcoming me. And it's a huge crowd here this morning. And hello and welcome everyone from around the world. And whether you are joining us in the morning, afternoon, or evening, we are thrilled here to have and for our SAFE webinar. Thank you for joining. Today we'll be diving into the exciting new version of SAFE, that is 6.0, and exploring the benefits that it can offer us with organizations, leaders, and scrum masters, and most of us, whether you're a product owner, product manager, or upcoming scrum master. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Praveen. I have over 18 years of experience in the industry, with the last 10 years focused on Agile, Scrum, Kanban, Less, XP, and many more methodologies or frameworks. In addition, I've spent 6+ years working in scaled Agile implementation, have conducted 100 plus training sessions, trained over 3,000 members in the process. I'm excited to share my insights and knowledge with you all today and hope that by end of this webinar you will have a deeper understanding of how SAFE can transform your organization's approach to agile or digital transformation and help you achieve your professional goals. And so sit back, relax, and let's get started. So introducing the new framework, the sixth version, and you will get answers to the questions such as, hey, why do we describe it as a way to work differently? And why do we need it? What's about it new? And what can you or your company can gain from learning about it? And how can you use SAFE, the Scaled Agile framework for enterprises, to build your future? So we've seen the last couple of years, starting from 2020 or before that, a digital disruption or organization disruption. The unprecedented times of pandemic have driven home a reality that everyone has to change, especially the enterprises are overwhelmed by the constant change. Did you know that 9 out of 10 C-suite executives, either it could be CTO, CEO, or CXO, say that digital has disrupted their industry? Insurance, healthcare, retail, telecom, banking, anything it could be. But it's not just the technology that is fueling the winds of change. And we have seen AI has come, OpenAI, the chat GPT, the blockchain, cloud. And every 5 years, the technology is changing. And we need to adapt. The organizations also need to adapt to the new ways of working. And apart from that, so we could see the climate change, pandemics, political conflicts to the global economy and supply chain management. And these are impacting our businesses. And why do we need to know about this? Because these are the driving forces that how to adapt and change the new ways of working. And Agile is all about finding out the better ways of working together and building a software which can impact the customer needs. And it is not only small organizations, the biggest, the largest digital natives also face the disruption now. And we've seen the Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, Google have started laying off their employees. The reason is they've not foreseen the digital disruption that they've got now. And currently, the businesses need to operate in a way that fundamentally meets the needs and wants of customers, regardless of challenges, whatever that they could face in future. And SAFE is an operating system that gives us the connectivity between the business and the technology. And leader says those who master the large scale software delivery will define the economic landscape of 21st century or the future. We have learned Scrum, we have learned Kanban, we have learned all the basic techniques to work with a team of 10 members or fewer. But however, when we work in a large enterprises, it is not a one team which drives the entire economy or a revenue. It is the collection of multiple teams and collaborative efforts from different programs, portfolios, products, and solutions. So we need to master the art of working with other teams collaboratively. Every company is a software company now. Whether you are selling a pet food or building a spaceships or a construction company, our company's success is affected by software that fundamentally we build. At the current rate of disruption that we could see, half of Fortune 500 companies will be replaced in the next 10 years. And we get a lot of new organizations, new startups, which can replace the current Fortune 500 companies. And it is only that we need to constantly evolve how we can better perform our duties, a collaborative effort, and finding out the what customer needs are. And he's Dean Leffingwell, he's a creator of Safe, and he says, to thrive in the digital age, we need business agility. It is not only the agile way of doing, it is not only the technical agility, we also need a business agility, the inclusiveness of the business, the legal team, marketing team, sales team, learning and development team, and infrastructure team, and along with your technical teams. We need to make sure that everyone is inclusive and understand the need of the customer, understand the need of digital transformation that the organizations are going through. And this new way of working requires the new mindset, values, and principles and practices. And we are not saying the Scrum will not help us. The Scrum will still help us. However, if you are looking at a big picture, like a business agility, it requires to compete and thrive in the digital age by quickly responding to market changes and emerging opportunities with innovative and digitally enabled business solutions. So we need to have a lot of competencies and options to create our own success. And this requires new competencies to be developed and muscle memory to understand what is required in the market or the customer and to cope up with the demands of ever evolving complex technologies and the complex significant requirements of the customer. Let us discuss the lean and agile mindset. So safe is all about the body of knowledge that it has got from agile, lean, DevOps, and other frameworks. So it has got all the best practices in the industry, and it is a collection of all the best practices or a body of knowledge, I would say. And let's start with a lean mindset. And as you all know, lean is all about eliminating the waste and making it a success with the short steps. And there are six principles, I would say, I'm sorry, 5 principles that we are focusing on. Precisely specify value by product, identify the value stream for each product in your organization, and make value flow without interruptions, and let the customer pull value from the producer and pursue the perfection. And we all know Agile Manifesto values are 4 and 12 principles. And along with that, we also follow the Scrum, Kanban, XP, the test driven development, and many more best practices. So while developing software with the help of safe methodologies. The core values, the alignment, transparency, relentless improvement, and respect for people. So I would ask a question like, if you all remember the Scrum values, can you use your chat box and post it? So what are the Scrum values? Just use your chat box. Great, 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 great. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Similar to that,
So,
we have,
I'm
yes.
sorry, Praveen. Maybe
Mhm.
let us use chat box only for the question and answers, please, because we might be missing some important question from the people, because we have 90 plus audience here. Each and every question, maybe we'll get 90 responses in this process. We may miss some important questions.
No.
Maybe we'll use a different form. Thank you very much.
The SAFE principle, SAFE also has got 10 different principles, which we are going to discuss more in the actual sessions. So now, because of the time constraint, so these are the 10 SAFE principles which will guide us how to run our businesses, how to run the SAFE implementation while working with the teams. And it is all about the people, whatever the technology, whatever the framework that we use, the frameworks will not do the work. And we need the people with the right intention, right mindset, and knowledge, the roles and responsibilities. And they are the people who help us drive the digital transformation. And nothing beats agile teams. We are still working with our Scrum teams, agile teams, because they've had an opportunity to participate in the empowerment and success of agile teams. There is no going back. Agile ways of working and agile teams are here to stay by following Scrum, Kanban, XP, or whatever the framework that works for them. And every individual desires to be on a high performing agile team. But what changes? It's all about planning together, commit together, work together. As Lakshmi was saying, we are working in a high collaborated environment where we need 200 plus people, 150 plus people for one single product or a solution, and more than that. And we need to plan together and understand the customer needs, understand the business requirements, understand the product manager's requirement, to identify our goals, to identify our roadmaps. And SAFE has got a lot of changes since last 12 years. So it started in 2011 with SAFE 1.0, and then now in the past 1 month, like, it has changed to new version, SAFE 6.0, the latest evolution of framework, which has got a lean product development, lean thinking, systems engineering, and agile, to name a few. And it has got continuous integration, continuous exploration along with DevOps, and lot of inclusive changes that can meet the current state of businesses. It is, like we know, right, it was not a single document or a single process which was written 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and then not changed now. So because the technology is ever changing, the needs of the customers are ever changing, and people's understanding and requirements are changing, and that is the reason SAFE is also continuously evolving its need to help the businesses succeed. And let's learn what is new in the new version. It has become integral for adapting the new change, building resiliency, thriving as a modern and digital businesses. And we are going to learn about the core benefits and how to improve and address new and emerging challenges. So major focus of Safe 6 is on 6 different themes: the strengthening the foundation of business agility, empowering teams and clarifying responsibilities, accelerating the flow, enhancing business agility with safe across the businesses, and building the future with AI, big data, and cloud, and delivering better outcomes with measure and grow, and also OKRs. Say hello to Safe 6, and don't get overwhelmed, don't get confused with this big picture. So we call this a Safe Big Picture. And don't worry, so we are going to dig deeper in the later sessions, like when you're attending. And right now the focus is on just understanding how our teams are going to fit into an organizations where they are using safe. And we say there are portfolio safe, there are solution safe, art level safe, and a team level flow. And here are the 7 different core competencies to achieve business agility. What is business agility? It is the same way that Agile works, agility, adapting the new ways of work, adapting to the changes quickly and responding to changes quickly. Along with that, it is not only the technical teams, it is the entire business. When we say entire business, it is the legal team, marketing team, whatever the team that helps the organization to success need to be ever changing to the requirements of the customers. And connecting to the customer is highly important in the current unprecedented times, because the customer is called as a king, and we need to understand, we need to connect, we need to empathize with the customer and assure him that he will be getting whatever that he wants. And in the process of achieving this customer centricity as a mindset, so there are multiple tools. One of the tool is design thinking, which helps the teams to achieve positive experiences by empathizing the user. So we can use design thinking, we can use empathy mapping, customer journey mapping, story mapping, and these are different tools which can help us to connect to the customer. And in the process, the agile teams would learn what is the actual requirement that the customer is looking for, and it improves the deliverables. It improves our understanding of the requirements, features, or user stories. We'll be focusing on the first 6 themes that we have discussed: strengthening the foundation for business agility. And everything moves fast in the digital age. The customer desires, and maybe in the month of January, the customer was asking for something else, but now it's a quarter, and his desires must have changed. His needs must have changed, and the competitors have released the better features than us. And it's all about the ever-changing customer desires, competitive threats, technology choices, the business expectations and revenue opportunities, and finally, the workforce demands and our ability to understand the new technologies. And to address all these challenges, we need to have an inclusive business agility. And the fundamental aspects of this, including the safe foundation with the improved support of working differently and build the futures. So let us now understand it as a value stream. So it is all about the customer desire and driving him through the journey map and understand, like, whatever as an organization that we are building for his ever changing needs and delivering its own value. So it is a very big topic. Maybe let's not worry about the value stream and value stream mapping here, and let's focus on the next theme: empowering teams and clarifying business responsibilities. There are multiple roles, and we are not taking away the other roles like a project manager, delivery manager that you have. So it is about the entire organization who needs to adapt to the safe. It is not a scrum master who can go and recommend a safe. Yes, we can still recommend, but it is all from the leaders or the organizations who have to implement safe from the core. And there are different roles, right? So we say epic owner, enterprise architect, the solution train engineer, and business owners, the product management team, release train engineer for the art level, and system architect, the product owner, and finally the agile team scrum master and a product owner. And in the new version of safe, we have clearly explained the roles and responsibilities of each of these roles, who will be helping us in driving the workforce, in helping the developers to complete their work at the end of the day. For an example, we'll start with agile release train. And The train itself is established to improve relentlessly and provide the solutions and connecting with the customer and their needs and planning the work and delivering the value and finally getting the feedback. And getting the feedback is ever changing, and it's there in Kanban, it's there in Scrum, it's there in Safe, and we need to improve ourselves. The process of improvising the product. And a scrum master or a team coach, and you might have seen in the recent days, it is not only a position called a scrum master, so people are calling it as a agility lead, agile lead, team coach, or agile coach, to name a few. So the reason it is not only a scrum which is being followed by organizations, they do a lot of best practices on top of scrum, and people also follow Kanban, a Scrum Ban, which is a Scrum plus Kanban, or different other methodologies or frameworks, right? So now Safe has adapted to that, and whatever the framework which is working for the organization, they can still use, and we are calling them or replacing as a scrum master with a team coach who will be helping the improving the art performance, facilitating different events, and supporting the execution of art or a team or an iteration, and improving the flow and building high performing teams and getting the feedback from different stakeholders. And the new focus is how do we collaborate with the other content authorities and other roles. So earlier it was only a few collaborations which was keenly observed, and right now we are also focusing on how as a scrum master or a team coach, how as an release train engineer, how as a system architect or a product owner, what are the different roles that you need to communicate, because we started with Safe as a big enterprise framework where all the collaborations happen. And how do we establish what are their constraints, what are their responsibilities in collaborating and getting an input for the teams. So we've clearly explained in Safe framework, or a Safe framework has given us an opportunity to talk about how does these collaborations help for the better improvements in the organizations, accelerating value flow. And in recent days, it is along with Agile, the one key observation that you might have seen, it is always about a flow. It is not a one small increment. It is even you get impediments, even you get a blockers, or maybe the stoppages in between. It is about the delivering value as a flow to the customer. Even it could be, so you must have planned for 10 features, you must have planned for 20 features, but however, because of dependencies or impediments or risks or a lot of unrelated assumptions, you have only delivered 10 features. It is still okay because we are continuing with the flow and we have learned from it. We have learned from our failures and got the feedback from the customer or our businesses and try to adapt it for the next iteration. So for that, we say it is a team flow, art flow, solution flow, and finally the portfolio flow. So everywhere apart from the top layer, the top organization, if it is a bigger organization, so we will be dividing into multiple businesses, which you call it as a portfolio. So every business can run into multiple products or solutions, so based on the need, right? So everywhere it is a flow, and as per their choices, they can be using the Safe framework to continue to deliver the customer needs. So we'll be digging deeper into the flow accelerators, like hey, how to visualize, know how the value is flowing, and how to address the bottlenecks if there are any, and minimize the handoffs or dependencies. And this is the main reason for getting the blockers in the industry, in the organization, right? How to get the faster feedback while creating the flow and work in smaller batches, like how to deliver a small chunk of work and still meet the goal and reduce the queue length, like so how to make consistency in the flow, how to make a reduction in context switching, how to make the shorter user stories or shorter features to understand the flow of value and optimize the time in the zone, and finally remediate legacy policies and practices. So these are different techniques which will help us to continue. But the primary goal is to deliver the valuable software, the working software to the customer so that he can use, and then organizations can get the return on investment. And two major frameworks we all know, that safe team kanban, so which we can call it as a kanban. So with the little changes or adoption, so we call it as a safe team kanban at a team level. So we are practicing this as a kanban. And the next one is safe scrum. So we all know, we have all learned and then practiced scrum for several years, and this is going to be the fundamental block for each agile team. And at the team level, we are all going either Kanban or Safe, Scrum, and we'll be working together collaboratively and making an art. So earlier it used to be called as a program, but however, due to new changes, we have replaced the program with a different wording. And don't worry, so because we are learning a new language kind of thing, so we get a lot of verbiage, we get a lot of different words to learn, verbiage to learn, and we'll send you, maybe Lakshmi, I'll send you a small PDF so that they can understand. So what is this new verbiage and their understanding?
Yes, please. That will be really helping a lot.
One of the best suggestion that Safe has given is built-in quality, and that supports the flow of value that we are meeting the customer needs. Even if you deliver one feature, even if you deliver a couple of user stories per iteration, Safe always treats quality as at most priority. And for that, it recommends a lot of best practices, shifting left and pair programming or peer review and collective code ownership, or a T-shaped skills, or making your agile team cross-functional, or workflow automation. So there are multiple things you can still use TDD or BDD. So to make sure that you're building a robust team practices for built-in quality. The next one is enhancing business agility with a safe across the businesses. And it is not only the high level executives who need to have the business focus, who need to always meet with the business to understand their requirements. In the process, we might lose the information, and we need a person who can constantly help us. And earlier it used to be product owner. Sometimes product owner also plays a postmaster role, where he'll be always or constantly talking to the business. Maybe there are multiple business people who will give a couple of information, and then it might translate into a bad requirement. And that is the reason Safe recommends there is a business owner or epic owner who will be always working with the teams to clarify their requirements. Even agile team is now empowered to talk to the business whenever they need to clarify the requirements, to system demonstration, or finally getting their review for the feedback. Building the future with AI, big data, and cloud. And right now, the entire industry has been overwhelmed with the new technologies, and the future is all about artificial intelligence, big data, and cloud. And Safe has got an opportunity to inbuild them within the framework. And it offers a new guidance and harnessing three innovative technologies, and that can dramatically change the nature of software and systems development in future. So however, when we learn Safe, when we learn earlier Kanban or Scrum, so our focus was on only a normal technology. But so ever changing now, we are not sure like how machine learning would help, how artificial intelligence would help the teams and customers or organizations. So right now, to enhance our capability to grab the new opportunities, and we need to learn how to apply these technologies, and it has become very crucial and critical for competing now and in the future. Building the future with AI. So we all know so how to integrate, and how maybe you might have already worked on ChatGPT or OpenAI or related tools. And big data is just a portfolio concern, and it requires a vision, investment, and centralization. So we get lot of insights from the data that we generate, right? So how many features have developed, and how many features that the customer is using, and what are the requirements, how do we cope up with the requirements of the customer, what is our delivery rate, what is our delivery frequency, so how satisfied the customers we are. So we get a lot of insights from the data, and then earlier it was just presented to the leadership team or maybe the product management team. However, now it is transparent to everyone, and we really understand what kind of a features are we delivering, and how many of them are really utilized by the customers, and what is the percentage of customer segment that they are using. And we also need to learn about the customer centricity. What are the real features that the customer is looking for, and what are we building? And we can get it from the insights that we generate. And the cloud, it increases the product development speed and the agility. And it was all about earlier setting up our server, setting up our premises, and enhancing with the different versions, our instances. Now it is all about cloud. And then we also need to adapt how cloud works and how to develop at a better speed. So we've discussed artificial intelligence and big data and cloud. And finally, the theme is delivering better outcomes with measure and grow along with OKRs. OKR is objective and key results, where we are connecting the agile teams, agile release trains, and solutions to the portfolio level objectives. So earlier it was only at a team level or a program level we call how many features developed or what is the predictability ratio or measure, maybe number of defects, the quality level or automation level, or finally the delivery metrics that we used to measure. So right now the intention is, what is the expectation of a portfolio? What is an expectation of the organizations, and how are we delivering? How are we realizing it into the key objectives? And are we meeting the objectives with our results? And we are going to learn like how to connect the dots, how to connect the strategy and the portfolio vision, and find out what are the key objectives that the portfolio has set for the programs, that the program has set for the agile teams. And when we measure at the end of iteration, at the end of PI, what is our understanding of safe or agility for the team members, for the teams? It is not only the flow metrics or outcomes or outputs that we measure. So SAFE has given 3 recommendations. The first is competency, that we have seen the 7 different competencies: team and technical agility and enterprise solution delivery. How much the agile teams or at trains understand the safe adaptation, and based on the feedback that we get, we'll try to improvise the process. And also the flow, which has given the major importance in new version. How many features have we delivered? What is the retention of a customer? And what is the lead time, cycle time? And these are the flow metrics that we calculate, and we understand, are we doing well? And all these metrics will help us to get the feedback and do better. And finally, the outcomes. What have we delivered? It is not about the output, and we are looking for the differences between output versus outcomes. Have we really achieved the customer centricity? Have we really delivered what customers are looking for? Keeping safe to work in your enterprise. As I said, it's not a one recommendation from a scrum master or product owner. It has to follow a proven path. And we need to start at creating the sense of urgency, creating the need for safe to implement. Give me a second. Sorry for that. And achieving this business agility and the benefits of lean agile development. So what we've discussed at a scale level. What we are doing is we are following agile, the agile way of development at a team level, and we are scaling this to the program level, I would say art level, and a portfolio level and a solution level. And you can say like no two adaptations are identical. So however, like if you compare your teams with other teams, so still we can say we are following safe or scrum, but the adaptation of safe is not identical. So every team has got their own problems, their own customer needs, their own desires to solve. So safe has got a lot of customizations that they can adapt based on the need of organization, based on the need of customers that they are working. And this is called as a safe implementation roadmap. Someone was asking like how to start. So we will start with the training, the lean agile change agents, like who can help us. We call it a safe practice consultant, or maybe the agile coaches. And then we start with the train executives and managers, leaders, to make them understand, hey, why safe will help the organizations. How can they transform, what are the problems to be solved, and what is the current state of the organization. And then we'll start with the organize or optimize around the value, and create the implementation plan and tell them that, hey, here are the number of teams. And we can start with the one train, I would say one agile release train, and prepare for art launch. And we would include everyone in the train, either it could be 150 members or more than that. Let them understand what is safe, let them understand what are we trying to achieve, what is business agility, and then drive the force and coach the art execution. And then the art is launched and they get started. And it takes at least 3 months to 6 months to prepare for art and then launch the art. When I say launch the art, to start your first safe implementation in your organization. And most of the JDs, like what you have seen, the organizations have already started their art execution. That means agile release trains, and you will be taken a position of a safe scrum master or a scrum master when you join that company. And safe as a system empowers everyone in the enterprise to succeed with safe. And we are not going to eliminate a project manager, we are not going to eliminate someone other roles, right? So when an organization experiences safe or understands safe and then implements it, so everyone can take their own, based on the knowledge that they have got, based on the understanding that they have got. So a project manager, if he is good at the product or a business, they can take up a product manager role. If he is good at process, they can take up a release train engineer, a scrum master roles. And based on that, at a delivery manager level, at a general manager level. So based on variety of knowledge that they have. So we have a lot of different roles, as you know. If he is good at architecture, if he is good at technology, they can take a system architect, solution architect. Okay, so some needs, some refinements are there, and safe is going to help everyone in the organizations to take up their roles. And when you attend the safe as a course, so it gives you safe studio, where you will be given a lot of materials along with the videos or snippets, and finally the PDFs to go with, or a templates that you can use in your organization for running retrospectives, for running your effective iteration planning, effective PI plannings in the organization. So while you have safe professional certification, so you will be getting the better opportunities, comprehensive learning path to prepare and establish a firm understanding of safe, so validation of knowledge and increased confidence to support enterprise goals, and your self-confidence, and better prepared for safe roles in the enterprise. There are multiple safe certifications to validate skills, but however, we generally focus on safe Agilist. However, for a product managers, product owner, so we say safe product owner, product manager. And there are multiple specialty certifications for release train engineer, for a process consultant or practice consultant, and a safe scrum master, safe advanced scrum master. So majority of the industry, at least 80% of the folks who have adapted safe are going for safe Agilist. So how is safe performing for customers? So let's take one example. As a Gartner, you all know, so this is one of the best research institute, and it tells us safe can deliver significant measurable business value in complex initiatives by coordinating the work of multiple teams. And this is one of the most important and influential consulting research or company in the world. It says one of their most requested topics is safe whenever they go for any consulting opportunity. And what do we get when an organization employs safe? It says 30% happier and more motivated employees, 50% faster time to market, and 50% defect reduction, that is, their quality has increased, improvised, and 35% increase in productivity. And it is trusted by world's leading brands. And there are many more. So, with the space constraints, so I've captured very few companies and different sectors, but there are most, I would say, all the Fortune 500 companies are right now using Safe in one of their segments or in many of their segments. So, with this, I would hand it over to Lakshmi for any other question.
Okay, all right, cool. What a wonderful webinar, Praveen. Thanks a lot for bringing, especially personally, honestly, not exaggerating. I really, really like the content. Before the student asks, is it possible for, on behalf of the student, I'm requesting this, Praveen, is it possible to share this material or not possible?
Yes, I can share a PDF version of this, and
Okay,
you
that will
can
be
hand it over
great.
to the, yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's going to be really helping a lot because we covered the topics and each and every topic, and I know that we can deep dive for hours and hours, but you have summarized it really, really well. So what we do is let us check if there are any questions. Few questions are there. Team, if any of you have any questions, this is the right opportunity for you. So please drop your questions in the chat box. We will take all your questions. So starting with the first question, what is the implementation guide roadmap release? Praveen has addressed that one in the class. And Vale is asking, what is the major difference between safe agile and safe DevOps? Praveen?
Yeah. So, as we said, the specialty certifications in the previous slide, Safe DevOps majorly talks about how to implement DevOps in the entire organization. So either you're serving solution train, either you're serving the art, or maybe the portfolio. So what is this specialty role? So however we say, right, that there is a product owner specific, release train engineer specific, scrum master specific, and this Safe DevOps, most of the times it is a 2 days course. Safe DevOps talks about what are the tools that the organization is currently using and what are the recommendations by an expert, and how to calculate the efficiency, how to automate different processes and make sure that we are focusing on the customer value delivery and not on regular day-to-day activities. Safe DevOps talks about how to automate, how to make sure that the entire organization is focusing on the customer delivery and not to worry about the day-to-day activities which can be delivered by your pipelines or Jenkins or whatever the tools that you're using. Safe Agile is always about how to implement. What is your role in the organization? So we talk about the release train engineer, product owner, scrum master, and system architect, and many roles. It is a generic topic. So where we implement PI planning, where we implement, how to perform our relentless improvement or system integrations and consolidated system demos. And it's a generic topic, safe DevOps, along with the generic topic. So we cover the specifics to the DevOps as an engineer.
Thank you, Praveen. CK is asking, is it possible to use SAFE framework as a product manager owner in an organization that has not implemented SAFE?
Yes, always. It is not only the scrum master or product owner to learn only if they want to implement safe or only if they are currently focusing on safe in their organization. So every framework has got their own best practices, right? Even if you are not following safe in the organization, but there are multiple best practices that the safe would recommend, and you can still use if you are not practicing safe in the organization. However, you can implement these for a better outcomes. Because what we discussed is we are trying to connect to the customer, we are trying to deliver what customer desires are, and there are like a code sync, art sync, and meet after. So there are best practices that the safe has suggested. You can still implement them.
Okay, cool. Next one, Eddie is asking, why do practitioner query the agility of SAFe?
I would need more inputs. I
Yeah,
don't
even
really.
this question is a bit confusing. Yeah, it's very generic. So Eddie, what you can do is just please wait for a few minutes. I will just enable everyone to unmute. You can ask the question in detail. Wale, will this training covers Safe DevOps certification preparation?
Yeah, we are trying to launch based on the participant interest. We are trying to launch Safe DevOps as a separate, course 2 days training, and again based on the request or based on the number of participants. So we would require at least 5 to 10 people to start as a course. Okay, yes, it covers the Safe DevOps preparation and a certification and examination and everything.
Thank you. But widely, what we do is every month we do the Safe Agilist because that widely covers most of the areas. Safe DevOps is very specific to the Safe DevOps. But as Praveen rightly said, if for example, if there are group of people like minimum of 5 people who are interested, we will be very happy to do this. FM, is it advisable for us to take the Safe certification given that we are just done with the Scrum training, or should we wait till after we must got the job title before undertaking the certification? So if you what we did do is, so we have completed the safe scrum scrum training, and as you know that most of the organizations they are preferring the safe scrum masters. So having this knowledge of safe is going to maximize your opportunities, and it will help you to better uh, give the better answers in the interview, because if most of the organizations, as you are seeing on the screen, like there are very few actually who Praveen has captured, and most of them they are implementing Safe as their preferred framework to manage Agile at the organizational level. So if you have this detailed training and certification, definitely it will maximize the opportunities. Is Safe same as Nexus, Praveen?
As Lakshmi was calling out, there are multiple frameworks in the industry, right? And we are not naming, hey, this is good, this is best, and whatever is working for the organization, they can do. And at a large scale, so we are scaling the agility across the organization. We are still making sure that at a fundamental block team level, we are practicing Scrum, Kanban, or the team level, rules and regulations. Yes, Nexus is similar to Safe and it is not the same. It is the similar framework as a Safe, right? And it is not the same. And we have a Scrum at scale, we have large scale Scrum, which is called as LS, and we also have a Spotify model. It is still not practiced as like a better model, but still people are using Spotify model. And there are DAD, disciplined agile from PMI, and many other models which have got popularity in the market. And Safe is one of the scaling agile model.
All right. So next question is, all right, cool. Lolet is asking, how much is the course, please, for Safe 6? So recently, Safe has, you can check it on the internet on your own. So some prices for Safe has increased after March of 15th. However, in the interest and benefit for most of the students, we are still doing it for the very old price. And it is the old price is already discounted market price. If you check it on the internet, so let's say for example the Safe training in UK, and most of the firms they are offering around 700 or 800 something, but we are offering that one for 500 pounds for the 2-day training, Lilette. And the next training is happening, the Safe Agilist 6, the latest version is happening on April 15th and 16th, as you can see in the slide. That's the coming weekend. It's a 2-day. So we are going to have 8-hour class on Saturday, 8 hours class on Sunday. We are going to get all the material, and the cost of the 2-day training is 600 US dollar. That translates to 500 pounds. Okay, so if you're interested, so please reach me. You all have my number, and I'm going to share my number as well in the chat. Whoever is new, they can connect with me, and we will reserve the slot for you. And this cost includes that 600 US dollar. This includes the 2-day full training, and the materials is there, and the examination fee is included, and certification is also included in this price. And of course, continuous support. If you have any questions later point of time, you will be welcome to ask us. And not like other organizations, right, where we cannot reach any of them once the training is complete. My organization is completely different. Our doors are widely open. The students can join by paying once. You can join our batches any number of times. Scrum training, you can join any number of times. Include that applies even to the safe as well. Whoever is reserving safe slot with us, you will have the opportunity to join one more time in case if it helps you to uh, it becomes more clearer for you, and it will make you more confident. So someone messaged me, I am interested. Okay, so I don't have your name or details here. I strongly suggest to please reach me on my WhatsApp. Okay, my WhatsApp is +6141251636 It's already there on the flyer. So please reach me on my WhatsApp. And I have the Telegram group as well. You can reach me via Telegram, any channels. FIM is asking what's the full cost? FIM, it's a 600 US dollar or 500 pounds. Parababa, most employers prefer to hire experienced employees. How does this training cover this gap? Fact that the market is brimming with certified SCAFE, agile coach who are unemployed. Yes, so it is true that markets, they are preferring the experienced people, and we don't have the experience, so there is no straight answer to it, unfortunately. So we have to tweak the things here or there to meet the needs of the organization. But before tweaking that one, definitely we need to have the sound knowledge of the subject. So organizations are preferring the people who are very good with the knowledge and who can confidently explain the practices. What's the duration of the training? FM, the duration of the training is 2 days. It's a standard across the world. And we are going to get this training from the same Praveen, and he's a licensed safe trainer. He has full license to teach safe. So we cannot deviate the rules. It's a 2-day training that is standard across the world. Do you give job referrals that have the potentials of translating to well-paying jobs? With my networking, I do share the job opportunities in my Telegram group, on my WhatsApp status, and everything. But referrals, it depends. I cannot guarantee anything, and not going to give any false promises. Definitely suggesting, guiding, supporting, yes, but nothing is guaranteed. Do you offer the same Safe Scrum Master training, Alexander? Yes, we do offer the Safe Scrum Master training as well. However, the upcoming training is the Safe Agilist. So what I will do, I will connect with you. I think, Alexander, you are from Canada, if I'm not wrong. I will connect with you in person, and then I will guide you how you can get the Safe Scrum Master certification. Can we get the recording? Yes, I'm going to share the recording in all the groups. So if you're you can watch the recording from the beginning one more time. What's the difference between Safe Agile and current uh, Scrum Agile training? Wahab. Oh, right. So you joined in my current batch. You are very new to this Agile space. What we are learning in the current class is all about how Agile can be implemented at the team level. So you are going to work as a Scrum Master for 1 or 2 teams. So you are going to understand the Agile values, principles, Scrum framework, implementation of Scrum framework, and the usage of the tools in a practical way. And this one, the safe is the next version. How this all this practice needs to be scaled up at the organizational level. How, as a Scrum Master, you can interact with the other Scrum Masters, community of practices, the program increment planning or art planning. I will touch base few topics here and there in our classes. Vaha. Towards the end of our actual Scrum Master training, you will get a better understanding of this entire bigger picture, Vaha. Okay. Ifim, did you say that 600 includes the examination fee? Yes, correct. Ifim, correct. I'm interested in the Safe Scrum Master training as well. Yeah, I kindly request you to please give me a message on my WhatsApp. You have the number. You can take the picture of the flyer. Those who are new, old people. So I mean, like my students, you have the. I will be sharing this flyer along with the today's recording to all the people who has expressed their interest to register for this safe webinar. Okay, any further questions, please? Any more questions waiting? It's a good opportunity for you. We have Praveen and you guys have me as well. Okay, I assume no questions. Stopping the screen share. Okay, team. I personally thank Praveen from the bottom of my heart for stepping here from the middle of the night and then sharing this valuable experience, knowledge from SAFE. Thanks a lot, Praveen, for your knowledge sharing here to all of our students.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for joining. So, always welcome. You can reach out to us in the Telegram group or directly Lakshmi, and we'll be able to help you. And as he said, it is not only ending here; it is a continuous support. As long as you stay in job, or even in the job opportunities, like we try to help you with the referrals, we try to help you with the knowledge that we can share. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I also thank you, all of you. So over 100 people joined, especially this festive season, taking off your family time and then joining for this free webinar. It means a lot for all of us as well. So God bless all of you and wishing you a wonderful journey in this agile. And yeah, just reach me for any kind of support, any kind of question, any kind of assistance. We are here for you and for your success. Nothing else. God bless all of you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Stopping the recording.